I come to urban area for the sake of job, but I don't get an affordable job. In the next case, housing also. So where do I live? I live in a slum. So slums are proliferating in India. Slums are proliferating. 17% of India's urban population lives in slums. So that means lack of proper and healthy conditions, hygiene conditions in slums. The government has started many schemes for this. Rajiv Awas Yojana is one such thing. Rajiv Awas Yojana and Slum Area Development Program. Slum Area Development Program. In situ Slum Area Development Program. In situ. That means in the place itself where the slum is there, they will construct new kind of houses. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban is one such thing to improve the conditions of slums. But still slums are proliferating in India. The question which can be asked in UPSC is, what is the definition of a slum? We go through this. What is the definition of a slum? It's there in the website, Ministry of Urban Affairs. So one of the basic mantra for preparation is, don't go to Insights or Vision or different websites, go to government websites. Make it a habit of reading government annual reports. It will take 15 minutes, 20 minutes just to go through 15-20 pages. Just definitions, facts and all. Maximum 1 hour you can spend. So annual reports play a very, very important role. If you visit this annual report, slum if you search, there is a definition, statistics, state-wise also, conditions in slums, schemes started by Government of India. So slum population, what is the definition of slum? Categorization of slums in India. Just go through categorization. There are type 1 slum, type 2 slum, types of slums, recognized slums, unrecognized slums. Obviously not give, just for your understanding. Problems in slums. Largest slum in India? So this is one thing, slums. Second thing is they will give you what is urban heat island effect. Because in paper 1, it's related to geography. What is urban heat island effect? You know this? Urban heat island effect. Because of concretization, deforestation, the heat is trapped within the core of urban areas. Because of pollution and all, it's more temperature. When compared to urban area, the surroundings, core of urban area is having more heat because of trap of heat, because of pollution. This phenomenon is called as urban heat island effect. Next one is, what is the impact of urbanization on women? First one is on women. Smart cities need smart villages. Smart cities need smart villages. Yes or no? There is one scheme envisaged by Abdul Kalam. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam has envisaged a scheme called as PURA. PURA, P-U-R-A. Providing urban amenities in rural areas. Providing urban amenities in rural areas. Providing urban infrastructure, urban amenities in rural areas. Is envisaged by Abdul Kalam. Why? Because huge flux of migration happening in India. You see, one of the largest flux of migration happening in India is which one? What are these four? Early 2000s, 1990s. After 1990s till early 2000s, rural to rural migration is the largest, but rural to urban is one of the predominant. Even though rural to rural is still there now, but today I can say a different set of migration, that's a different case. But at that point of time, rural to urban, not rural to rural, sorry, rural to urban migration is a predominant way of migration, leading to rapid urbanization in the country. The lack of urban infrastructure. That's what, to tackle this migration, Abdul Kalam said, why can't we provide same amenities in rural areas so as to stop this migration, so as to improve the standard of living in urban areas, sorry, rural areas also. Today, this government has renamed this. Anyone? The same scheme has been renamed in the recent times. Anyone? You can see Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. Urban Mission. Urban Mission is one such scheme started by this government. Urban Mission. The idea is to interlink a set of villages in between a small town or a bigger village, having all the infrastructure. Small villages will be there. Now interlinking all these things. So I can't develop big hospital in every village. Maybe 20-30 villages or maybe 100 villages I can take as a cluster. I can develop a bigger village providing all the amenities. So this will reduce migration. Rural urban development. Urban mission is very important. Pura means providing urban amenities in rural areas. So migration has to be controlled at any time. Otherwise, urban infrastructure has to be improved in urban areas. That will take lots of finance. So what are the consequences? You know, consequences on environment. Concretization, you know. What is concretization? So one question which can be given is, what is the impact of urbanization on environment or ecology? So tell me this answer. Urban smart towns or smart cities need smart villages. Right or wrong? If I develop smart cities, leaving out villages, the cities really be smart? What will happen? It's not possible. You can't create smart cities leaving out villages. When people will migrate to what? People will migrate to urban areas, bringing lots of burden on the urban infrastructure, land, water, everything, infrastructure. So to create smart cities, better standard of living in urban areas, I should cut down this effect. Cut down this effect of migration, so that planned migration will happen, and simultaneously the urban areas become more sustainable. If I don't do this, things will not happen in vacuum. So this is very important question given by UPSC in paper 1. Smart cities need smart villages, which can be given as essay also. And last point is, this question which can be given is, if you see our urban areas, basically any society which is developing from rural to urban will develop from agriculture to industry to service sector. But if you see, India's demographic profile has changed from rural to urban, almost changing. But our industrial sector is still could not provide adequate employment opportunities. We have strong agriculture sector after independence, 1980s, 1990s. But today we have strong 60-65% of our GDP is coming from service sector. But to create more jobs and make urban areas sustainable, I should create strong industrial area. This is the question which has given by UPSC n number of times in different forms. So for sustainable urbanization, we need sustainable industrialization. But that's not happening in the country. Yes or no? So that's what we have Make in India. So India should focus on semi-skilled, skilled employment opportunities. So maybe we can say medium skilled or semi-skilled. We have service sector highly skilled. Yes or no? But highly skilled sector cannot provide jobs to everyone. Because I'm a person from rural area. If I go to urban area, can I get a job easily? I should be completely educated, have maybe a doctor, software professional, something like that. But if I want to get some employment, which sector can do that? Industrial sector, which is generally requires semi-skilled or medium skilled, moderate skilled. So industrial sector should be developed for sustainable urbanization. This is one thing. Next question also, let's go through. Let's think about it. Urban planning needs more priority. Urban planning needs more priority. This is a very important question which can be given If you don't have a ready-made answer, urban planning needs more priority. Most of the urban areas in the country, since independence, follow an approach called as master plan approach. If you are from anyone from Vizag or so, there was a controversy regarding master plan for Vizag. Next 40 years, how the land in Vizag should be used. There is no brain put into it. Simply they made some plan telling that it's a master plan for next 30 years. But today, most of the cities don't have a proper master plan. Almost half of the cities in the country don't have a master plan. Master plan means taking into consideration what are the population expected in the next 20-30 years. What is the amount of land available? Government land, private land. So what kind of infrastructure is required? What kind of industrialization is required? How the land should be used effectively? How the public transport system should be used effectively? Taking all this into consideration, I prepare a master plan. Most of the master plans are can be thrown into a dustbin, or most of the cities don't have a master plan. So now India needs proper emphasis on urban planning. In fact, most of the urban local bodies in the country don't have town planning sections. Then if you see a local body, they will have a town planning section which plan for next 20-30 years. But most of the town planning sections don't have experts. In fact, in Bhimavaram, when I was working, there was a town planning section, but the person is on deputation. That means he doesn't have any knowledge about these things. He simply came town planning section. What will he plan? He planned nothing. That means our cities need proper planning. So master plan approach.